Good evening and good evening from USA and good morning Cambodia. Good. Today our broadcasting program, the Buddha Sasana program of CBMS, the Cambodian Buddhist Monk Society, comes and come on show again on the right time to discuss about the New Year celebrations of about the Cambodian New Year celebration. And here we have two distinguished speakers. One from Minnesota, the Cambodian Buddhist Society in Minnesota, Venerable Dhammatero Chumbichet, the whereabouts of Minnesota Buddhist Temple, and the second one, the most venerable Mangalachuto Sungwuthi from the Camraram, the Cambodian communities of San Jose, California. So they will introduce and discuss about the Khmer New Year, the Cambodian New Year, that will broadcast today. And actually today is not my turn that come on the show that we'll talk about. I am not my duty to do moderator, but Venerable Maniputo TV was a little bit busy the whole days. Then he requests me to come instead, and we'll generate this program and still all the question to our most speakers to explain. So today, that as we have a topic on our page, we will discuss about the Khmer New Year, and I will give some questions to our distinguished speakers, and also the audience can also deliver the questions by asking by writings on the Facebook and YouTube page that our operator will raise up that question, and I will ask our speaker also. So thank you very much for your attention and your watching now. So I will raise up the first question for our most venerables and the most speakers about the New Year. So the question's going to be, what is the Khmer New Year festival and how it is celebrated? So Venerable Dhammatero Chumbichet, please go ahead and can you give some explanation about the Khmer New Year, please?
First of all, I would like to join my hand and pay homage to the Triple Gems, Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, and to pay respect to all Maha Sangha around the globe, and especially both Ponte on the talk show with today. I also would like to say happy Khmer New Year, the year of the ox, to both vulnerable and to all audience listening and watching right now. Term of Khmer New Year, as we are Cambodian people, we know our New Year and the even celebration. Khmer New Year, it was in previous on January, our lunar calendar, Mekase, the month of Mekase. So it's the same as time of the January every year. But later on, our ancestor changed from the January to April. So why it's different from the universal New Year?
Yeah.
Okay, because we are Buddhist people. We practice Buddha teaching, and we follow lunar calendar. So there are two calendars using around the globe. So just followed by lunar system and a solar system, or we can call lunar calendar, solar calendar, as everybody use daily. Because our in the past and until today, because our Cambodian people, they are farmer, they are planter. Yeah, they were busy with their job, with their daily work as a farm in the field. So our ancestors refer or rely on those people activities or duty for 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 cultivate, for cultivate the farm to
Harvesting.
the farm to fulfill due to they're busy, so our ancestor change schedule to April until today. So the New Year's even start from April 14 to 16. But in United States and in Western country, as Cambodian people move to live and stay right now, some states, some community, they adjust schedule, because some year the New Year on April 14 to 16, it's come up on the weekday, not on the weekend. So they adjust from the weekday to the weekend. Like in Minnesota, we extend it. Some years we adjust from the weekday to the weekend, but this year we extend from the April 14, 16, and until weekend 17 and 18 will end up for the New Year celebration. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, the most venerable Damatero, about your explanation how how our Khmer New Year take place, and further to the most venerable Mangalajota. How many days that our Khmer New Year will be celebrated, and can you mention another name, if because in Cambodian language what is the Khmer New Year called, and what they are doing? Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Pante Samjanti. I think this is a really good question concerning our Cambodian New Year's. Mostly we call Khmer New Year. Actually, the word Khmer New Year is traditional New Year for Cambodian people. And this New Year's usually fall on 13, 14, and 15 April every year. But in some cases, or some places like in the United States or abroad, Khmer people who are Buddhists, they also celebrate this Cambodian New Year. And it takes time longer than in Cambodia, I think, because mostly like when we just said, it take time like it extended time from 3 to 4, 5, 6, 7 days. Especially they take the time for celebrating this ceremony at the weekend. Because most of people abroad, especially Khmer people, they are busy with their job. and they come only at a weekend when they have free time from job, right? And Khmer New Year is actually it is traditional custom for Cambodian people, but this ceremony or festival is mostly performed at the temple pagoda. You know, as our Cambodian people are Buddhists, we believe in Buddhism. That's why when we celebrate even our traditional New Year, we celebrate at the temple. It means they want to connect the tradition with Buddhism. Yeah. And they also think that the pagoda or the temple has a big lands and easy to gather a lot of people. And when people come to the temple, they can do many things, especially they play traditional game and so on. And they don't forget Buddhism, you know, they celebrate this traditional New Year's at the temple. And they connect this ceremony with Buddhism. Actually, Khmer New Year is not included in Buddhist ceremony. It is a national New Year, or traditional New Year for our people. But as our people are Buddhist, that's why they want to celebrate it at the temple or pagoda, because this place is a good place, big place for people to gather and meet each other so harmonious way, and loving kindness and peace together. When they meet each other at the temple, they can exchange many new or information about each other, and so the solidarity of Cambodian people. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Venerable. How many days that people celebrate Khmer New Year actually?
Mostly only 3 days.
3
Like I
days,
said,
and the 3 days the same day, same celebration, or did it have a different name, different activities, or different rituals? So can you explain it?
Yes, it's 3 days for official. First day we call Maha Sankran, yes, the first day. And then the second day we call Vara Wanabat. And the last day is called Vara Langsak.
Yeah.
That is the final day. And in this each day they also performs various ceremonies connected with Buddhism.
Okay, thank you. I will come back to you again. Venerable Dhammatero, I catch the word from Venerable Manglajuto Singwati that Khmer New Year is not the Buddhist celebration. It is like more traditional, more Khmer traditional than Buddhist tradition. So can you explain why Cambodian people connect this with the Khmer New Year and what they are going to do about this ritual in Khmer tradition in the Khmer New Year?
Thank you for question, Venerable. As we dig down to the Khmer New Year, I would like to say all nations around the world, they have their own New Year, their own celebration, their own tradition, their own culture, and things, much and much more about their own. And as our Cambodian people, we have our culture, we have our traditional related to the celebration, especially in a New Year celebration. As we know, because in the past, our country, ruler, kings, or government, and people in the nation, we believe and practice in Hinduism. So some believe and some traditional took over and brought in and carry out until today. Some dance, like traditional dance, like Venerable asking, relate to the our traditional. So they respect to the Lord, to the what they believe in the past, like Hindu and Vishnu and something like that. But I don't want to talk much about the past belief. I mean Hinduism, because we already practice in Buddhism. So Khmer traditional Khmer New Year much more relate to the Buddhist ritual. I can say half and half, but Khmer New Year celebration and other celebration is traditional, not Buddhist schedule or Buddhist ritual. Like Shumpan, Khmer Cambodian or Khmer New Year, and other celebration. This the traditional event, not religious ceremony. But we cannot this part, we cannot separate it from each other, because while we celebrate the New Year, we have something to follow with, like ritual in the religion, in the Buddhism, like food offering, bangsago, chanting, or whatever. So because the purpose of the celebration to support our community, to support our Buddhist temple, and to maintain Khmer traditional and cultures, to gathering all Khmer people on each corner together, and to brought up as old ancestor, I mean experience to share and to offer to and open up for the new generation they are living with. And more is to get fully pay back to our ancestor who passed away. Those things have to like celebrate with the offer food, offer stuff, I mean fruit and something else what they have done and to what they believe in. And they have more than celebration in Buddhism, but like traditional, they have a popular game. Yeah, that's traditional popular game, like throwing handkerchief game, handkerchief hidden game, something like that. That's very popular, and in this country in abroad, lack of a leader to guide or to lead the people and the people to play while we celebrate the New Year each community. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you again for your explanation. So as I catch your word that explain about the Khmer New Year is half and half with the Buddhism and Cambodian traditionally. So through this perspective, so we can now we are going to discuss about the Khmer New Year all for these 3 days. So what we are going to do. So now whenever Dhamma again, so the first day that mentioned by Venerable Manglajuta about Mahasangrana Day. So Mahasangrana Day, the first day of our Khmer New Year. So can you explain what we are going to do the whole days of the first day? So what we are going to do with the beginning or with the first day of the New Year celebration?
Thanks again for question. I would like to say, but I would say before that, because what we celebrate the New Year, what is the New Year? So I would like to break down while the New Year come up, the event. But before that, all Cambodian people, we have to prepare and decorate at the place they live, wherever, no matter they live in, like at home, at apartment, at the workplace, or at the temple or community. So they have to clean, they have to decorate, they prepare before the New Year come up, 2 or 3 days. And
what they believe, why they're cleaning up before New Year, why they don't clean all the day?
Because they prepare for the new angel. They prepare for the Sangran coming. Sangran. So I will answer the Sangran. What Sangran mean? Sangran mean the gap between the year last year's circle, the year circle come meet the new. I mean around, and then jump up and start to catch up a new moment, new calendar. So that means Sangran, that means gap between the new and the old started.
I see.
No, I mean the old and the new started, the time run up.
Okay, so Sangran mean the gap between New Year, old year and New Year, right?
Yeah.
And yeah. So, but we celebrate the first year, the first day of the New Year. So what we are going to do? Just clean and decor the house and everywhere, the temple or such a places, company or restaurant or hotel, everywhere that, and especially the country, they will clean the countries and the whole land, especially the building, to decorate and welcome the new angel. So what is the special meanings of the new angel? So can you explain a little bit about what is the special of new angel welcoming?
The new angel, they transfer, for example, in the term of the government, term of government, like prime minister or president, they have term. So they exchange their seat, they exchange their power, they exchange their work from one to another. So it's same thing to exchange the angel from the of the 7 daughters of Kabul Mahabrahma, one to another one.
Okay, thank you very much. I will come back to you later. Venerable Mangalachoto, so the angel, as Venerable Dhammatero mentioned, 7 daughters of Brahma. So why seven angels? Why Brahma heads? As we know in Buddhism, Brahma no dead body, no remain body after death. So so why Brahma head? Why 7 angels, please?
Okay, thank you. Actually, as you have said just now, the Brahma has no children.
Yes,
because he already attained the highest stage of the highest stage of the Dhamma. So after that, when they reborn as a Brahma, they will have no children like that. But why most of people believe that there are 7 daughters of the Brahma who take turns to exchange their duty, works, and power every year to take care of people in the universe like that. That is according to belief of Brahmanism or Hinduism, like when we just said earlier. And this belief still influence Khmer culture up to now. But when we study Buddhism deeply, we can know that the Brahma has no daughter.
Yeah.
But this seven daughter is like represent for the 7 day of the week, you know. Also, we
I
can
see.
say that, and also this seven daughter is represent for the great seven noble property. We call Araya drop in Cambodian language. Yeah, it represents this kind of things. And from Buddhist culture, we don't have the belief that there are seven daughters of the deity that are children of the Brahma. But it is just a comparison, you know, from
And
the
how they
doctrine
compare? Yeah.
aspect.
How do they compare?
Like when we have um, the seven kinds of properties or knowledge, we can in brief say sa si hi ao so chapa. It means that sat means sattha, means confidence or
Yeah.
conviction. Anyone who have conviction in the triple gems, they are called person who has good or great or noble property in their life.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then si means sila tanang. It means the property of morality. So in the new year, if anyone who observe moral precepts, they really can become a good person. And this morality is considered as a great or noble property in their life during the new year, like that.
Yeah.
And he mean hiri. Hiri means we are shameful of doing bad deed. We are shameful to do bad action, like we don't want to steal other property, don't want to commit sexual misconduct or taking lives of living beings, like that. We are shameful of this kind of action. That's why we avoid doing these things. When we avoid this doing these bad things, we will have like our life is very auspicious and very happy in this life, even not only just this new year, but every existence like that. And Autapa, Au mean Autapa. Autapa means um, afraid of doing bad deed, you know, afraid of doing bad deed. It means that while we are afraid doing bad deed, the bad deed is compared to the heap of fires, you know, the
Yeah.
heap of fire. When we take the heap of fires, we will burn our hands. So the bad deed or sin, bad action is compared to the heap of the fire that is very burning very heavily or strongly. So if someone put their hand into the fire, they will get the fire burn like that, and they will suffer from that fire. In the same things, if anyone's commit bad deeds, their life will not be happy. They will be very painful and suffer even the new year, you know, even in the new year. That's why we need to avoid this heri and of the path. And then pa mean panya tanang. Panya tanang mean the property of wisdom, like that. So when anyone has wisdom, you know, their life can be prosperous because they can use their wisdom to overcome many difficulty in their life and solve many problem in their life, like that. Yeah. Saksi hit also chapa. And then so you know, so means sutta. In Pali language, we call sutta listening. Yeah, I forget this one. So yeah, listening means when we listen to the discourse of the Buddha or to any lecture in Buddhism or in the teaching of any teacher. By listening to those things, we also can gain wisdom like that. And when we have wisdom, as I said, we can use our wisdom or to solve many problems in our lives and pre-prompts suffering in the round of rebirth because of our wisdom, like that. Especially inside wisdom according to Buddhism. Thank you.
Thank you very much, the most venerable, about the 7 days and 7 angels. So 7 angels represent the 7 day, and each day has has its quality, right? So the qualities are practice that you mentioned about the Ariyatana. It means 7 great noble property or treasure that everyone love it and intend to have and needs all of these properties or treasure. But Venerable Dhammatero, again for you, why daughter? Why not sons? Why just daughter? And why Brahma head? Please.
Thank you. The term to the daughter, why Brahma Mahabrahma, Kabal Mahabrahma doesn't have son, have only daughter.
Yeah.
And some people they concern, they have a question about after the Kabal Mahabrahma lost bid, lost bid, lost in the story, and
the competition.
Yeah, in only 7 daughter kept his head and kept traditional of the story, and some people they ask those daughter or those angel, they never get married, they don't have the new generation to keep their family, their of Gabal Mahaprabhu. So at that point, all daughter, like Venerable Buddhi said, only daughter to represent the 7 day of the schedule in the calendar, no matter lunar calendar or solar calendar, because they from the hour to day and week and month and then a year. Though at the point, I would I don't want to answer without a proof. So I think I need the help from Venerable Singwati to fill up the question why is daughter, but I never found any document show about the specific of the family or the Kabal Mahaprabhu has only daughter, no son, and nobody else beside of 7 of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Venerable Richard. You know, even in a human world, not all husband and wife have only son and daughters, but you know, some family they have only daughter, no son. Some family they have only son, not daughter. Like my cousin, you know, he have 5 children, but all 5 are son, not daughter. But
I agree with that point, but they still extend their family, like they get married another family, and so they get new generation to hold up their family.
Yeah, sure.
yeah, but for
So,
me, I think that
so
is just by
then the
accident
term
sometimes.
Dora, the term Dora is translated from the Pali word that we use, or the Cambodian word that the Cambodian word is about the stray, or the Pali word about the ati. So it is represent why Dora mean. Can you indicate that? Open up that.
Again, please. I forget.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, the term daughter, why not sons? Because in our tradition
Yeah, yeah,
that we respect the women, we
yeah,
respect the women, and also the term women in Cambodian language, setrai, it means the prosperity or pleasure that bring pleasure to the world, bring the roads and the smooth infrastructure of the country because of the women. Because we start our country with the women leader, so that's why we always indicate the women in the first position, and these women also represent the day that we are living only 7 days, no 8 days, right? Yeah, from from Sunday to Saturday. So it is only 7 days, no more than 7 days, and the day never change. The day never gets connected to others. So the day only, yeah, the 1 week only 7 days, and only 30 days a month, and 365 day or 52 week is a year. So this is how we define the daughter of the Brahma that can bear the Brahma head. So this 7 day with the Brahma head, because as you mentioned, the 7 daughter or 7 qualities of the daughter, like confident, morality, shameful, fearful, charity, listening, and wisdom. All of this, if all the inhabitants bear or respect this 7 day, 7 quality, so that means they respect and they bear, they protect the Brahma head. So now the term Brahma head, I can turn again to the Venerable Dhammatero. The Brahma head represent to the Brahma. So what they represent, and why Brahma head? Why not Indra head? Why not Shiva head? Why not Vishnu head? And why not other gods head? Why Brahma heads? Please.
Okay, before I answer the question, why daughter or why stray? So that's why we celebrate for 3 day event of the New Year celebration. So it's stray or daughters relate to the Serai. So we celebrate and we get blessing for Serai.
Yes.
Yeah, so three Serai mean yeah, it's mean relate to Gabal Mahaprama and his daughter. So Satray means Serai. So and the lead of the world, the mother of the world, and the mother of the son, mother of the kid, the children, mother of the country, and mother of the world. And yeah, and that means Serai. Serai.
Yeah, thank you. That forward.
Yeah.
And the
And
Brahma.
Brahmanya, Kabal Mahaprama, that represent for Brahma Vihara, yeah, Brahma Vihara, Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Upekha, something like loving kindness, compassionate, compassion, and joy, and neutral or something. You can fill up with they use a different word of the Brahma Vihara. Yeah, that's represent for Brahma Vihara. because only Mahakabal Mahaprabhu, not Vishnu and somebody else, or some other lord, what they believe in the past represent for that.
Okay, thank you very much. So you mean Brahma represent the Brahma Vihara. Brahma Vihara. So Brahma Vihara mean the sublime livings of, yeah, sublime livings of the being who develop jhana or absorption and to become absolute beings in the Brahma world. So Brahma Vihara, that as you mentioned about content, there are four sublime state, four sublime Dhamma that you mentioned about Metta, Karuna, Mudita, and Upekha. And Venerable Mangachoda, $7 bearing the four
Yeah.
Brahma Vihara.
Yeah.
So can you compare and make a point, a specific point, why the Cambodian people or other people who celebrate the same ritual, the same celebration of New Year, respect $7 and with the Brahma?
Okay, thank you. As we have already known, in our past, our country was influenced by Brahmanism, and they even believe that the seven deities are the daughter of the Brahma. So in Brahmanism, they believe that Brahma is the main god in their religion, you know.
Yes.
And they respect the Brahma and also his daughter. But the Brahmas in Buddhist perspectives, we have different interpretation. Brahma here refer to the four sublime state, you know.
Yeah.
And if we see the image, they build the Brahma's image with the four faces.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And difficult to sleep when anyone have four faces. But we believe in Buddhism, so we interpret that the four faces of the Brahma refer to the four sublime state. It means loving kindness, metta, and compassion, karuna, appreciative joys, mudita, and equanimity, upekha.
Yeah.
These four sublime states are very powerful, you know.
Mm-hmm.
If
Yeah.
the world don't hold these four sublime states, it will be destroyed for the whole world. So in Brahmanism, they said the head of the Brahmas is also very powerful. If the seven daughter don't take turn to hold the head of the Brahmas every year, if the head of the Brahma fall into the ocean, it will dry up, you know. If the heads of the Brahma fall into the ground, it like it's burned like that. And if the heads of the Brahma throw into the skies, it will have no rain like that. So it's very powerful.
Okay.
These things, according to Buddhism, we believe that the four sublime states are very important and very powerful for human beings in the world. If human beings in the world do not have the four sublime states like loving kindness, compassion, appreciated joys, and economy,
Yeah.
the world will have a lot of problems. They will have it will has no peace and harmony and happiness, you know, because the lack of the four sublime state. So yeah, both the Buddha, the leaders, the teachers, the mothers, they need to have this four sublime state, because this four sublime state is like a cool place of the other people to shelter under it.
Yeah.
If the leader don't have the four sublime state, Brahma Vihara, the subject or ordinary people who are under him will be trouble.
Okay.
That's why these four sublime states are very important according to Buddhism. And if we don't have the four sublime state, it's like the world is burning.
Yeah. I see.
Yeah, yeah, thank you. I
Okay,
just,
thank you very much for that very messed up question that I raised about the seven dollars and Brahma, because if we say about the first days of our new year, so we welcome the new angels that represent the day, the 7 day, like both of you mentioned, and Brahma has that all the people, especially our inhabitant who traditionally celebrate the new year on April. So this is very important, as you mentioned. If there is no Brahma Vihara, it means no sublime state or the four full sublime about in your house, in your community, in your school, or in your country, or in the world. So the world will be burnt, the world will be destroyed. Why? Because if, for example, if parents has no loving kindness, has no metta, so how children come to existence, how children can be brought up.
yeah,
So if there is no loving kindness, no child,
yeah,
because they have their love to
yeah,
produce the children. So that's why the children should respect the father or the parents. And like karuna, compassionate thinking, compassionate mind. If there is no compassionate, if there is no compassionate, so people not help each other. If we see other people suffer because of poverty, suffer, especially now suffer because of COVID-19. If there is no karuna, no compassion, there is no help. There is no aid. There is no human, no charity, right? No charity, no jacket. One
yeah,
of the day in 7 day. And if there is no mudita means
yeah,
joyfulness or emphatic joy. It means if there is no mudita, so in the world will full of fear, will full um, of enemies, and will destroyed by jealousy. So that's why we need mudita. And equanimity, we have to respect the rule, the laws of the country, the laws of the world. So fourfold sublime about, or we call Brahma Vihara, it is very important. And this Brahma Vihara, we have to respect, we have to hold every day, 7 days, right? 7 days. So every day from from Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So if you miss only one day, the world also will destroy, because the Brahma head down to the ground and the world will be destroyed. So thank you very much. Our both venerable mentions about Subendora and Brahma, because it is the first day. So venerable Dhammatero, the first day again. So what we are going to do about the Buddhist celebration? So what they are going to do in the temple about celebration out of welcoming the new angel. So something to do Buddhist practice or Buddhist ritual or Buddhist ceremony in the temple.
When the schedule come up on the first day of the New Year event, we call Mahasankrana Day.
Yeah.
Mahasankrana Day. So Buddhist or religious ceremony, people bring their food to come to the temple with the family, with their kids, and to offer food to the Buddhist monk, and they get blessing, and we call Bangsuko chanting. Bangsuko chanting, and the purpose of the chanting, the purpose of the offering food to the Buddhist monk, they number one, they made it, they cultivate merit for themselves as a human being, a good human being. Number two is they dedicate the merit to their ancestor who passed away. They can dedicate by name or by general. Like we call meta, psi meta, something that in Khmer language. And beside that, they can share or offer the food to other people, not just Buddhist monks, other people or their relatives living close by, the same community. And other thing, they can within the offering, they can offering bowl offering. They can listening the Buddhist monk talking or give a Dhamma talk, a sermon. They make sand shrines and stupa, sand stupa, small one like hill, hill sand, something like that. Every temple, every on the New Year, even they make that. Some temple or some place, they not just only sand stupa, they make rice, a pile of rice. They're piling the rice, and when they finish the New Year event, so that rice for Buddhist monk, cook for Buddhist monk and for the people living in the temple or in their community. So this is a good idea for our ancestor to taught us, to give us the guideline to follow up our traditional. And other thing, so this is the religious ceremony, but within the same time, people come together to play popular game like by Bichiprai, and like I said, handkerchief or scarf, hidden game, or throwing handkerchief game, and playing with the age set up for the kid, for the people to make more fun, some fun and some enjoy. And another game, the meaningful in the daily life of the community. In our communities, for justice, like whisper to the king, to the I don't know how to call the moderator, or the people stand in the middle and competed both sides, and they come up to say something, to wish something to him, and then depend on him, and if he hold up the justice for both sides. I mean if he make fair deal, not not injustice, something like that. So that means relate to the meaning of the justice for society, no matter in Cambodia or in here. More than a lot of game and dancing, for depend on the temple, depend on the event where they celebrate, and community where they come up, because some community is small, some is a large or big community population. So they have their own group of the dancing, traditional dancing, and they have their own group for the playing game as a art or something in in the event for the first day. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. When it was that explained about the first day of our Khmer New Year, in specific about the Buddhist tradition that we celebrate, like you mentioned, if during the day, in the morning and the day. So the people will bring the food for the monks, for we can call it alms offering, or the we putting into the alms bowl of the monk, or they have poor people, they share their food to each other, and they enjoy together by playing our traditional games. Traditional game is not gambling in casino or,
No.
or wrongdoing, but the gambling is just only traditionally that you mentioned about. Each game has represent something like the game you said about justice, to represent justice. Some game represent the prosperity of our culture tradition, and some game represent to the united, that unites the people, come to people. And some game represent anything, many things in our tradition. So many games, as I remember, there is one book written by our Cambodian scholar. So there are 22 kinds of traditional game that represent many things and traditionally in our society. So thank you very much for your sharing about the first day of celebration. Turn to Venerable Manklachu, the second day. So you said the second day is what one about in Cambodian language or whatever. So we are one about this, the second days of the New Year. So what we are going to do?
You know, there are many Buddhist ceremony in the first, the second, and the third day of the Cambodian New Year. Just now, Venerable Chungmichet have mentioned some points, but I want to add some more points. You know, according to Cambodian New Year at my temple, the first day we offer food to the monks and have forest robe presentation ceremony, and then pay homage to the triple gems, observe 5 precepts, give alms, offer food to the monk, and dedicate merit to the departed ones who were our fountainheads and relatives in 7th generation, and also invite a preacher to give a sermon on Cambodian New Year. And for the second day, it's not so different from the first day, you know. The second day, the schedule is the same on the first day. But for the last day, we call Vara Langsa. In the morning, the schedule is as on each other. But, you know, for evening times, they break up the sand mound and assemble as Jolamani Chetiya to no more sand. I mean, the first day they start to also to build the sand mound, you know, and on the last day they start to break up the sand mound, assemble as a Jolamani Chetiya to no more sand, not as a Jolamani Chetiya anymore. And so monks recite Yanto. I mean, the Dhamma is usually used to give blessing to the audience, and then they venerate and ask for forgiveness in front of the Buddha statue and bathe the Buddha statue, and the elder laymen, laywomen, the bathing is the last ceremony to completely end the New Year ceremony, you know. So these 3 days, the activity concerned with Buddhist ceremony is not so different from each other. Yeah.
Okay.
And, yeah.
Okay. Thank you that you mentioned. So these 3 days, the schedules come the same, but adding to some point only. Venerable Amatero, do you want to add to the second day? So second day that we covered one about is the blind day, the blind day. So the gap between old and new day, old days and new days. So second day is the blind day. So do you want to add? So what people, the Buddhist people or our people going to do on the second day? Beside of schedule.
As as we know, first day and second day not different Buddhist ritual or religious ceremony, like routine schedule the same from the morning until late day, and traditional Khmer traditional they keep and maintain playing popular game, not only the temple. In my homeland, in my home district, they play in the village. Where they can gathering together, and people enjoy for whole day, even first day and second day of the even New Year celebration. The special one is on the last day, on the third day, like whenever.
So I just catch in the second day first. As in my village, specifically in my village, my temple where that I was it's like over 20 years already. So even now they still have that tradition. On the second day, the people, or especially the children, will bathe their parents and the old people. The old people will be bathing. So they wash their parents, they wash their grandparents and the old people in the village, and get asking forgiveness and blessing from the old people. So how about your areas, your province or village?
That's very I mean different from your mind. That's why I don't say I never experienced with that, but that game or that schedule is come on the last day,
Oh, I see.
the third day, because after the bathing the Buddha statue into the temple, and they come back home, they invite elder people in the village come together at the one place, like 4, 5, or 50 people together, and the all kids ask for forgiveness, and they get ready for water enough for elder people who they invited. They invite come together, and they offer like chai buon, they offer like food, clothes, something to use daily, and medicine, whatever, to those elder, to those their parents. On the third day, not second day, in my homeland.
Okay. Thank you for that explanation. So Venerable Mangala Choto, it's actually in our Khmer New Year. So second day and third day, whatever which day, I'm not sure about your place and your village or province. So bathing the old people, asking their forgiveness or get blessing, and then we going to the temple, bathing the Buddha statue, and also wash the monk or bring monk bathing. So these three steps or three rituals. So it is popular in your area also.
Yes, of course. Concerning this point, I have written an article about belief in bathing the Buddha statue, monks, and parents on the occasion of Cambodian New Year.
Yes.
You know, the belief in bathing the Buddha statue and his disciple is related to one satta called Maha Sangrana Satta, which was written by former Khmer teachers in the 5th and 6th century. This concept should be widely accepted by Buddhists. It is said that King Pasenati Kausala invited the Buddha and his monk disciple to take a bath in a river to have meal, and then have the meal. Then the king asked the Buddha about the consequences or benefit of bathing. The Buddha said to him thus, those who give a bath to their parents their preceptor and their teachers, and observe moral precept and giving alms. For great king who protect the world will record the name of those who have done such kind of meritorious deed in the golden text, you know.
Mhm.
And if anyone does not do any good deed or observe the moral precept or do not follow the teaching of the Buddha and do not respect the Buddhist monk and commit only evil deed, such kind of persons um, will be recorded their name in dog skins parchment, you know, which is like monk, yeah. And the benefit of giving a bath to monks also mentioned in Popa Jataka of Panyasa Jataka story. Those who give a bath to monk will achieve considerable fame and immense wealth, and also have attractive arms and legs and gold-like skin, and also become a king of Delhi, enjoying heavenly bliss 80 times, and become a universal monarch of the four planes. And also will achieve four kinds of analytical insight knowledge, eight kinds of emancipation, perfection of disciple knowledge, enlightenment knowledge, and any one of the three states of the Buddha. And here it's explained also with metaphor
Yeah.
according to the teaching of the Buddha concerning this bathing of the Buddha statue and parents and monks and so on. You know, if we analyze these things based on the concept in the doctrine or the Dhamma, the beliefs in bathing is linked to the extension of gratitude to those who help us. On the surface, we see that bathing the Buddha statue, parent, grandparent, elderly people, and monks can only clean their and cools their physical body. You know. However, we have to remember that doing meritorious deeds, such as respecting parents, heeding their advice, feeding and taking care of them during the old ages, is the real deed that have cool our parents' soul or cool our parent heart, not just bathing the water. You know, bathing water just make his physical bodies cool for a short time. And the most important thing, we need to follow our parent advice, follow the teaching of the Buddha, and respect the monk. That is a kind of good deed that we need to do, you know, and
Yeah.
it's considered as a real bad thing. Yeah, I think so. And um, also, if we do not give them a best, also it will be okay if we respect our parent advice, you know. Even though we don't bet
Yeah.
the Buddha statue, our parents, but we respect their advice, do good deed for them, and follow the teaching of the Buddha. It really good already, you know. And nonetheless, if we do not do meritorious deed or never listen to our parents' advice, um, their minds, even if we took heavenly waters to bathe them, is still anxious, hot, and full of concern, you know. So the most important thing is just do good deed for them, follow their advice, and respect them. Yeah, that is the best thing for us. If we don't do that, like I said here, even though we bring the heavenly water from the heaven and to bathe them, their heart is still not cold, you know, it's still hot inside. They have a lot of worry for their children and disciple and so on. So here in my conclusion, I um, with regard to monk laymen and laywomen who are encouraged to do good deeds, they need to contribute the full support of the four requisites. Four requisites in Pali we call Chatu Pachaya, or we call in Khmer language Pachai Buon. It
Okay.
means the four requisites, yeah. And also, um, we need to offer robes, clothes, food, shelter, and medicine. Yeah. And they also encourage us urge to study the Dhamma and the discipline and avoid inflicting violence and provoking any argument with monks. So most people
Yeah.
in some monastery or temple, when they hate monk, they like to to quarrel with the monk or um, they shoot with the monk like that, and they disrespect them. They um, make a lot of problem with the monk. So they respect the monk. So this
Okay.
kind of disciple or lay people is not good according to the thing. Even though they take any water to bathe the monk, but their minds are not good. They still dislike the monk and provoke a lot of problem, and they
I see.
respect the monk. So it nothing, nothing is important for them. It's useless.
Okay.
Yeah. And also for bathing the Buddha statue, spreading and maintaining the existence of Buddha's dispensation is to keep the real meaning of bathing to the Buddha statue. Yeah, the real meaning of bathing is to follow the teaching of the Buddha, to respect the Buddhist monk and the Buddha, and also follows advice of our parents and respect them. That is a real bathing meaning. Yeah, thank
Okay,
you.
thank you very much for that summarized and detailed explanations about the bathing Buddha status or the monks and our parent and all and our ancestor. So now I can summarize about our 3 day in the New Year celebration. That the first day we welcome the new angels and we schedule like coming to the temple, offering food to the monk, and also listening the spirit chanting like protection, recitation or hymns, or we as Venerable Chumbichet mention about Pang Subola or Pindapata or something. So it is a critical term also we have to discuss, but we don't have much time right now. And also Venerable Manglajuta added about how to people will observe vibration or listening the Dhamma talk delivered by Buddhist monk uh, and and so on. So it is also the very critical term that we will explain or discussing also. And also we have a traditional traditional game that we play, represent many things, represent our society and prosperity of our country, culture, tradition. And we bathing and we build up the sand mount. The sand mount, as mentioned by Venerable Singati, it's like Cholamani Jettiya. It is represent the shrine in the heaven that place the Buddha, Buddha's born, that Buddha born that we are respected, especially the Deva or deity in the second heavenly world. So adding to the question, Venerable Dhammatero, about blessing. So we talk much about blessing during this 3 day, blessing from monk, blessing from the angel, blessing from the Buddha status, wedding, and blessing from the old people. So what does it mean blessing in our term of Buddhism? So Buddhism can bless to other, Buddhist people can bless to other, and other people can get blessing from other, and it is successful of whatever they bless or what. So can you explain what does the term blessing meaning in our Buddhist perspective and traditionally?
To me, blessing encourage people who did a good deed. Yeah, did a good deed, and like show. I mean, if we bless them, but they don't follow the Buddha teaching, and that they don't follow the Buddhist monk advice with a good way to to do, good way to practice for daily lives. So the blessing is could not get it, could not come up to them.
Okay.
Yeah, the blessing is come up with the reality, daily activities, and just good advice, go to go to encourage and prove them this is the good you are have done good thing, like they open their mind, they share their uh, thing from their belief, they offer and support Buddhist monks, support Buddhist temple, support their community, they share what they have to others.
Good. Thank you very much. So blessing, it is for those who do a good deed. It's those who not doing a good deed, even though they go to get blessing from monk, from ancestor, so they will not they will not uh, they will not have that blessing, right? So Venerable Monk Lachuta, you have 2 minutes. What is the real meaning and the real blessing will be?
Actually, the real blessings, according to Buddhism, is to do good deed. When we do good deed, that good deed is our blessing. Like when we just now said that blessing just encourage people to do good deed, but the real meaning of blessing is from the good deed, not from the people who give them. So our good deed is really our blessing, our refuge in our life. Yeah, you should not go to get blessing from other, but from our good deed. Yeah, thank
So
you.
why people still keep going, asking blessing, like water blessing, or asking the hand scarf, something like that,
No,
or blessing. So why people keep going to?
they are traditional Buddhists, but if the people who understand the teaching of the Buddhas deeply, they will abandon that kind of belief. They don't want to get blessing from anyone, but they try to do their best from their good deeds and to get like a blessing from their lives or their good deed like that. But for those who do not understand the teaching of the Buddha deeply, they believe that kind of thing. Yeah, really, anywhere is like that.
So that's mean if they know, if they understand the Buddha's teaching, they will not go to get blessing. So they will abandon the temple. They stay only in their home, or what?
They believe that the monk recites like Jayanto or other prayers chanting is considered as a kind of blessing for them. But actually, when uh, they will be blessed, it means the audience will be blessed by prayer chanting only when they understand the meaning of the prayer chanting and practice or put into their practice in their daily life. Otherwise, even though they go to listen to many prayer chanting, but they get not they could not get any blessing from the chanting of the monk like that. Now, first we need to listen to the prayer chanting, and then we understand the meaning of that chanting. We put that what we have learned into our practice in our daily lives. Then we will be blessed by those things.
Thank you very much. So 1 minute for Venerable Dhammachuta. What is the powers of Spirit chanting? Like we recite the Parit and we bless the people with the recitation of like Ratana Parit or Karaniya Metta Parit, something. So can you mention just brief? What can you indicate the power? What is the powers of that Parit? If you can, it's not no need to answer it. Yeah, please. Yeah, Venerable Dhammathero.
I just wanna, I don't, just want to add up with the blessing and the chanting because uh, the Buddha teaching all the 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 true and the reality of the nature. So the most chanting, the most blessing, and the most Buddha teaching, he taught and he spread out reality of uh, the world, of the situation. What we encourage, what we promote, just fulfill people feeling, fulfill the people mind that they are looking for, they are need to comfort their mind, comfort their life living. They are need to have. That's why they seek and find out of source to make them, to help them better way to living on. We cannot in the Buddha teaching, Buddhist monk, we cannot give them bad or good luck. If we can do that, so everybody good. If we can offer them, we can giving them those, like I said, so nobody suffering, even the Buddha. If Buddha can help them go to bad luck, Buddha never give them, never let them suffering. But Buddha just taught and just left over his teaching with the reality, the truth of the problem, the truth of things existing around the world, existing around us, where we live with. So not just Buddhist monk, even the Buddha, he cannot give that. Buddha never give that. Just show and give the exact or the reality of the things.
Okay, thank you very much. So it is very critically. So thank you for that. Venerable Mangalachota, can Parita chanting or approaching to the monk heal a problem like depression or anxiety or
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, according to psychologicals or psychology,
Yeah.
the Parita chantings can cure some kind of stress or depression of some people, Yeah, because when they hear the chantings, it make confidence in their mind that, oh, this prayer chanting can help me to free from my bad lucks or misfortune, like that. Yeah, just to give them confidence. When they might have confidence, there will be dispels of the like bad feelings or stress or depression in their minds. So it seems important thing to chant the prayer, but a kind of chanting is not a blessing, It's not a blessing at all. Chanting is just recite the teaching of the Buddha, the sacred word of the Buddha, which contains very meaningful words in there and meaningful advice in that chanting, like Jayanto, the Dhamma called Jayanto. Once phrases it mentioned that if anyone do good deeds or whenever anyone does good deeds, that time is called good time. That time is called a good moment. That time is a good morning for them, and that time is a good day for them. So whenever they do good deeds, that day is a good for them. It's blessing day for them. Yeah, that is very meaningful words for the advices of the Buddha. When we understand that, it will be okay for our life.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Venerable, the board Venerable, that give us the valuable time to discuss about the Khmer New Year. And this final question that we discuss about Pirita and blessing. So it's very meaningful, as you mentioned. Actually, Buddha or the monk or old people cannot bless you, cannot give you luck, but the way you practice, the way you approach them is the merit, is the blessing. Because when you approach with confidence, you respect to the monk, you respect to the Buddha, you respect to your parent, you respect to your grandparent or the old people. It is your blessing. It is your merit that you accumulate. So this blessing will protect you, will give you luck for all the day and all the time you are living, if you keeping doing good state of all the time. So this is how the Buddha explained and tell the people to be confident, like Saddha that we mentioned about the first day of the New Year angel. Yeah, the Saddha, confident. When we have confidence, we approach. When we approach, we respect, and the quality we respect, the monk will consult and advise or give some advice to those people. When we get some discourses, we learn, we practice, we will realize, and we realize we will get rid of all suffering. This is the powers of Saddha, confident approaching and listening to the monk of Parita. Parita chanting is very meaningful and very important. In another meaning, the power of Parita mentioned by the Buddha is there are 4 power of Parita, like Parita, the monk reside with loving kindness. It can also the Metta Bhavana, Metta loving kindness forward to living beings. So it is also powerful. The powerful by sound when the monk recite correctly by the language, the Pali language. The sound also will cover all the entire audiences that listening. So the minds of audience will be calmed down because of listening, because of hearing the sounds of Parita chanting. And also the powers of Parita by meaning, that the meaning of the Buddha's teaching is a reality. It's the meaningful that cannot reject it. And it is truth. The fourth one is truth, cannot reject it. When the Buddha said it cannot reject it, it is true in the world. So this is the powers of Parita. So thank you again for your valuable time. So let me read a little. We may have question here. So I see just only one question. So no, not question at all. Just they want to have the Buddhist school in United States, and the second one just only mention about how to do good deed. So I can answer the question like we want to have a Buddhist school. The Buddhist school also have every temple that you can go and learn if you want. But specifically, academically, we have school, the Buddhist education only in the university, like Harvard University, like Berkeley University, like Arizona State University, like Madison, Wisconsin University, and UC University of Los Angeles, California. It is there are lots of Buddhist term, Buddhist text, and Buddhist education in university. And there is one Buddhist university we call Dhammariem Buddhist University in Ukai, California State. They teach the Buddhist canon, Tripitaka, both Mahayana and Theravada, and established in 1976. even though our great scholar, Venerable Dr. Kesari Dhammanata also graduated from that Dhammarin Buddhist University. And also we have college in Berkeley, California. We have Dhamma College that you can learn now. Also, you can go to dhammacollege.org. You can find the class online, learning from distance with Venerable Bhikkhu Bhuti about meditation, about the Four Noble Truth, and about many things. The Buddha Sutra in the Dhamma College. You can go Dhamma College page, and you can log in and you can register class online or virtually after COVID. So thank you very much for that. Now the time is run out. So again, thank you very much for the most venerable that give valuable time to discuss our New Year celebrations, and also thank you very much for our audiences, Venerable Mahasangha, and all the people who are listening and enjoying with our program. So stay safe, and I would like to say happy Cambodian New Year. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.